All right, let's go ahead and finish. Let's go ahead and fix this little issue here in cases where we have book cover that's a little bit too long and there's this issue that's happening there. Now there's different ways to do this, but I'm going to fix it just quickly so you can see. All right, let's go back to our reading list. If you don't have it open, you can open that. And if you look down, this is the container, position container. We have the position and the container, column, and so forth. This is the text. You see this as title, so that's the title of the book. So you notice here we have just the left margin, or in this case padding, right? We can also add the top because this is only, which means we can only pass the fields that we want to pad, to add the pad to, onto. So for the top, I can just say about 4 like that. Okay. Save this. And then you can see there is a little padding to the top, but you can add more if you want, just to make it maybe, let's say 5, not too much, so not to make things a little bit complicated for us. Okay, so I think that maybe a little bit more. All right, let's do 6 and we'll stop there. And you can always play with this until you find the right one. But for now, let's just play around with it. Okay, much better. It looks good. Okay, we're making good progress. Next, we are going to create same structure that's going to go to the bottom here. So something like this. It's going to be reading list. It's going to be way easier because we have the structure already. We have the card created. It's just a matter of adding this title or label there and then populate these. Let's go ahead and see how to do that. Instead of having expanded here, I'm actually going to get rid of this. And we're going to add, give a width of a double, that infinity. And then child, I'm going to put a column. Children as such. And now we're going to put a text just like what we had before, okay, at the bottom there. So rich text span for children. Let's pass one text span. Reading list. Now, because we only have one text really that we need, we don't have to add rich text into all of that. But I'm going to do that anyway because I want you to practice. So, but here we go. And inside of our text span here, this one, I'm going to put a style. Text style. And the font size is going to be about 24. And font weight. Going to be bold. And for this column, I want the cross alignment to be start like this because I want everything to the left. Okay. All right, that's good. And once we finish this container, I'm going to go ahead and add a sized box. Give a space. I'm going to say height. It's going to be about 8. And then below that, that's where we're going to add another stream builder, just like what we had before, to add all of other books. Stream builder. And I know the types already going to be query snap shot. Okay, for the builder, let's pass that option there. The stream, I'm going to say book collection. That snapshot like this. I'm going to do the same thing we did before. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this piece of code as well as all of this. I'm going to change a few things there. And instead of that, we're going to name something different. Call this reading list book. So we're going to return expanded flex 1, then child. In this case, what we can do again is put a statement here to make sure that if the book list is empty, then we're going to show something else. Otherwise, we're going to show the books. So we can just say reading list book dot length. That's greater than 0. That means it's not empty, the list. Then in that case, we're going to create a list view builder as such, and else that will say no books found, add a book, smiley face. Let's go ahead and wrap that inside of a center. And of course, our builder here, we are going to create that builder for our list view. Okay, let's save this real quick. Looks like we're having some issues there. Expanded. Let's finish up with semicolon. All right, very good. And while we're here, let's also add a style to this no books. So text style. Font size about 18, and then font weight bold, like that. Hit enter. Looks good. Okay, to finalize. Okay, so in our builder here, just like we did before, I'm going to add scroll direction. Axis is going to be horizontal. And also let's add item count. It's going to be our reading list book dot length. And inside here, that's when we can actually create the book object we can be using. So book, and say reading list. There it is. I'm going to pass the index. And then we have our book object. So we can use it throughout. All right, so as you know, we need to return something here. What we're going to be returning is going to be a reading list card. Yes, you guessed it. It's going to be the same thing we had before. I'm going to say button, text. For now, I'm going to say not started. You'll see why this is this way later time. Okay, and let's see what else. Rating. Let's just put 4.3 for now. It's going to just show 4.0 or 4. That's fine. Okay, author is going to be book.author. And image, book.photo, URL. Title, book.title. Like this. Finish with semicolon. Okay, let's see if this is going to show. And voila, you can see we have our reading list, which has this red color. Not too bad, but that's not what we're going for. And everything is good. If we add books right now, notice both of these lists should show. Let's add something, let's say psychology of money. Okay, let's just get that book. I'm going to save. If I go back, you should see psychology of money is added to the list. That's why they're showing there. Okay, you can add as many books and everything is good. All right, let's change this color here. This is not the color we want or we're going for. It should be something like this. Let's go ahead and see how I can do that. So here I can just say color. I'm going to use our KB black color, like this. That should solve the issue. And voila. There it is, reading list. It's looking good. Now you notice it's too much to the left, right? So we can actually add some sort of space there so we can see by adding some padding. Let's see if we can do that. Back here, let's wrap all of this into a padding. Let's keep about 18. Okay, much better. See, there is reading list. There's nice padding there, and life is good. Now, what we can do also is add a little bit of spacing at the top there for your reading there. That's too close. I can go back to our main screen. I can put a bottom like this. Let's say about 6, maybe 10. All right, I like that. It looks nice. There's that padding there. Next we're gonna make all of these clickable so that when they click, as we go back here, you click, you're gonna get something like this. Also, we want to make sure that as we filter all of these books, as is something like this, we need to filter, because in this case, we're not filtering the books just for this user. We only have one user. But the problem, if we add another user, in fact, let's do that right now so I can show you exactly what's happening here. If I come here, I'm going to log out. John, goodbye. Let's create a new account, new user. I'm going to call Paul or Paulo, truly yours. Let's say Paulo, yours truly, at me.com. And let's create this account, okay? This account is going to be created if all goes well. And voila, the same thing happens. So we went ahead, even for Paulo, we are also getting all of those books. The reason why is because we're not filtering by ID, right? Because remember, each user, when they are created, they have a UI ID, and each book should have their own UI ID, right? Connected to that user. At this point, because we're just getting all of the books, we're not filtering to get only the books that has this user ID attached to them. Okay, so this is not good. It's not good in that means anybody who is going to be using this app, they can create accounts, they add books and do all sort of things. Everybody's going to see those books, and that's not what we want. Those are some of the things we're going to be working on in the next videos.